What is going on out there, peeps? As you can see, I got Nadar with me this time. Nadar, sir, how you been?
What's up, guys? How you doing? It's been a while, Pimpy. I
Yeah, a little
missed you.
while. I was just gonna say, look, you got sunshine going on and a nice bright
Yeah, I know.
smile there. So,
Listen, I've been working on the other coast, on the East Coast a lot, so that's why I didn't have a lot of time to do anything.
yeah, I know it's quite a few people are dropping off for a little while.
I've been working at Daytona Beach and Jupiter, Miami, Boca.
Yeah, it's weird because recently, I try to avoid my politics videos just because you never know what YouTube's going to be doing. But I start releasing them a little at a time, and now my subscribers is jumping up because that's where I was real successful at last time. Was talking about politics, and they seem to be leaving me alone. But now my subscribers jumping up like 500, every week or so, which is nice. I'll take it. But
It's pretty good, right?
and a lot more views. But I was like, geez, all this time, this is what I want to be able to talk about freely without no BS. So thank goodness, YouTube's being at least fair to people. I haven't had no issues for a while, so I'm grateful for that. So anyways, you hit me up with some news, and so let's go ahead. Let's talk about that a little bit. What'd you notice?
Well, I hooked you up with the Forex. So I heard you talking a couple of days about Forex. All right, and you said the Iraqi dinar is on Forex and all that stuff. And I wanted to see myself. So I've been watching it this last couple of days. And something happened on Tuesday, the 22nd, I think. That's correct, Pimpy?
Yeah, let's go
The
ahead and share
22nd,
this.
it was a big peak. And the Iraqi dinar lost like a zero. And then from 76 gone to I mean, can you hear me, Pimpy?
Yeah, could you
Yeah.
see?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so this is where we are right here. And
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get into this. So I guess how do we go into this? This will be
So you go to 5 days. You
there you
press on
go.
5 days.
And we're gonna do 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this
And
like
and
weird
you see that
spike right
little
here.
peak, like,
Yeah.
And if you go there, you see it. The loss is zero, and it's 0.14 instead of 0.0076 or 77.
And if you come up here, it's 0.0014. So you're looking at about a 54% increase in value, is what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's interesting to see that spike happen like that because, I did a video with Nicole the other day and I was telling her that these restrictions being removed off of what they're allowed to do is a really good sign. I just didn't, me, I don't want to overhype things. It is exciting to see, but this right here, I don't know. It's hard to say, and you never know what they're up to for it to spike like that.
Well, what I think, Pimpy, it's just a test. That's what I think. They testing it. They want it to go on, but it's they're not ready yet to launch it. They're not ready, but I think they're getting ready to launch it. That's what I think. Here's why I think. I always talked about the trade, Pimpy.
Yeah.
The trade. I always said the trade have to be big enough. That's a big argument with other countries, with other currencies. Like I'm not paying $1,400 against a dollar or euro, whatever, dinar, or another dirham, whatever. So the trade becomes so big, which is now the businessmen and governments and all that are refusing, saying, "Hey, I don't take this money anymore. I want to take a serious money. I want to take one-to-one. I want to take, a smaller category of money. I don't want to count, $10 with the $14,000 or $1,400. You see what I'm saying or not?"
Yeah, no, I get it. So you're talking about deletion of the zeros. I have no doubt will come first. I'm still hoping and crossing my fingers that they just change the exchange rate and leave the zeros on there. But, there's so much talk about what they need to do, and the deletion of the zeros will definitely come first if they go down that path. So if they decide to redenominate and not keep these larger bills, then you're going to see the zeros go first and then the change in exchange rate. What we're hoping for, and I keep telling people this, look, there's two paths they can go on. I tell you guys one, and everybody focuses on the negative part, not the positive part. So the other path is, let's say they keep the zeros on there and they make the change to the exchange rate. It's very possible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm always looking at probabilities.
So let me tell you why I called you exactly. I called you because I trust you a lot.
Yeah,
I have a lot of faith on you.
I appreciate it.
I know you say the truth all the time to people, no matter what. No matter if you got hit, no matter if you got views, no matter if not. So tonight I called you. I called you for two things, Pimpy. So I called you because I want you to tell them, explain them more than me, because you know more than me about it. You can explain better than me about it. And the second thing, I don't want to get people excited and, lie to them and all that stuff. So that's why I called you tonight.
Yeah,
So you're going to help me to do that in the same time, Pimpy.
yeah, so again, I was on. If you guys catch it, I did a video. I think it was last night or the night before with Maria. She brought something to my attention. Her wealth manager told her that there were some restrictions being removed off of Iraq's ability to trade fairly and openly with currencies, which we know there's a handful of countries that they're trading with. But to remove this kind of restriction, does this mean they get to start now all of a sudden trading with other countries at their own will? That's
Let
the
me
big
tell you
question.
something about trading the dinar. We already start trading the dinar with other countries. Now I can take the dinar to anywhere in the Middle East or North Africa and exchange it. In America, Canada, Australia, Europe, I cannot yet.
Do you understand that if they lift these restrictions that they're talking about, Nader, do you understand the amount of liquidity that's going to come into Iraq? The liquidity has always been an issue for them, but now this would be a big deal for them. This would be huge. A lot of liquidity would come into Iraq. It'll really strengthen the Iraqi dinar. I mean, hardcore. With all the gold and all the foreign reserve assets that have been built up, they're able to protect the dinar's value, which is a huge step for Iraq, which is what any investor coming into Iraq wants to know. They're worried about fluctuations in the exchange rate, but now Iraq gets to say, look, we got 150 tons of gold. We got, $115 billion in foreign reserve currencies. So they have the capability of protecting the Iraqi dinar from any crazy fluctuations or any kind of speculation attack against the Iraqi dinar. So that's a good thing. Outside investors will love that, and they'd be interested in coming into Iraq and invest. That's exactly what Iraq needs. Now, here's my one and only concern. We got freaking elections coming up again. I'm hoping that, Al-Sadani is out there making this pitch for people to keep him.
But listen, I talked about Sudani. I made a video last time about Sudani. Sudani is gonna be there for the next 5 years.
You hope. You got to remember. Here's the
There's
thing.
no hope in it. I'm sure. It's 76%. Listen, 76% of the Iraqis want him there.
No, that's a good thing. That means he's got the
76%.
support of the public. But we already know how the Iraqi politics play. The people get voted in there. You have the most seats, and then they put up their people. You got to remember that Al-Sadani has been doing so much for the Iraqi people and doing so much changes, reform, making huge changes, and doing a lot of great things for the Iraqi people against the will of the coordinated framework. They've been bumping heads, remember? Now, things have been quiet for a little while. So, what I want to know is, do we need to worry about that confrontation still existing? Because we haven't heard anything about it. Did they come up to some kind of agreement? If the coordinated framework, well, I know that Maliki is breaking away from the coordinated framework, so he's going to have his own separate party. But if he grabs the most seats, are we confident he's going to put Al-Sadani back in there? Because they're the people that make the decision. That's what I'm saying when it comes to politics over in Iraq. You really got to pay attention to the election.
He used to make the decision, not anymore. Especially after what he did a month ago. I don't know if you saw it or not. When he talked about the war, Israel and Palestine, and he took one side. So people now doesn't appreciate him anymore.
No, I love the fact that Iraq has not been involved in conflicts. They have been staying out of them. Look, Iraq is doing everything they're supposed to. They're staying out of conflicts, even though it's right in their backyard. They're avoiding that. They're doing really good about keeping the protesters down. Sure, they come up every now and then, but they did a really good job of keeping them down. The economy looks good.
Today was a big protest going on.
Oh, was there? I didn't hear about that. I missed that one.
Yeah, today, well, no one knows about it. I didn't even know about it. It was a surprise. People just come out and walk to the green zone, and boom, that you have a protest. We didn't know where it come from. We don't know even why I have a protest. And I follow it a lot. I follow it a lot. I wanted to know everything that's going on there. But this time
Well, I mean, they're not throwing rockets and rocks and shooting stuff, are they?
No. I'm talking about civil. I'm talking about civil
A
people.
peaceful protest.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. That bullshit. Fuck them. No. I'm sorry about it.
No problem. Look, here's the thing. I think people wouldn't have an issue if they're protesting peacefully, but if they're grabbing torches and burning shit down and shooting at people, that's different. You don't want that. So good. Then it's a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
As an outside investor, you're looking for these things. Iraq is doing everything they need to do. They're taking the steps, and they're moving quickly, by the way, for the World Trade Organization. That's going to be a huge step for Iraq. because they're going to accelerate up through the ranks pretty quickly. This restriction that they're talking about on the currency exchanges, this restrictions are being removed. That's going to bring quickly a lot of liquidity into the country. This is what I told Nicole, to give you guys an idea. If being on the SWIFT system is the football game, where they are right now is they're warming up before the game. They're that close. I said, I just didn't want people to get overly ahead of themselves, is what it was. Just, I'm saying, look, it is exciting. But you guys just just slow down. It's going to happen. It looks like it's going to happen a lot sooner than people had anticipated. There's a lot of job opportunities there. Al Sudani brought in, what is it, $100 billion worth of job opportunities and investment opportunities in Iraq. I mean, these things are phenomenal. In 2018, 2019, we used to pay attention to Iraq. You didn't see anything like this. Nobody could deny that from when we used to talk about the Iraqi dinar in 2018 and 19, that they've taken some huge steps, a lot of reforms, putting a lot of laws in place, doing everything they need to do to get their ducks in a row. I feel like we're a lot closer than people are anticipating. I just don't want people to get overly excited and then not happen quick enough for them, and then they get frustrated and start talking shit. It looks really, really good. You know how I am. I've always been cautious. I've always been hesitant to talk about things in such a way that would give people the wrong impression and get them overly hyped. Just stay grounded. It's going to happen.
Pimpy, let's go back to this subject. Let's go back to the Forex thing. Why you think it made the pick? I think because they tried it for a second. Nobody knows. It was at 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's hard to tell when it comes to the Forex. It could be. It could be that they moved some numbers around, did some kind of testing, and it blipped like that. It could be just maybe at that moment, for some reason, something happened and the IQD jumped up 54% in value and then went back down. Because you know what that's equivalent to? Right now you get 1,000.
To jump like that in 3 seconds, have to be a reason. Have to be something going on. Have to be 54% it jumped.
Not it went from, you can get 1,320 dinars or 15 dinars, 1,315 dinars. Yeah, 745 dinars for every dollar. So that's a 54% increase in value. Whoo, man, that's really good. It's not where everybody wants to be, but still a nice jump in value. So it's looking good. I really think it's looking good. I just trying to keep people grounded. That's how I've always been. I mean, to be quite honest with you, they haven't deleted the zeros, and you're seeing jumps like that.
When I saw that deleted the zero from it, and they put 14 instead 0.14 instead of 3 zeros, I get excited. But I didn't want to get my friends excited. I didn't want to get the people excited. I want them to keep calm and cool and keep paying the bills and working, and that's why I didn't want to say anything, actually.
Instead of people getting overly excited, how about you say this? I just wanted to bring this to your attention that this is going on. This way you can say, look, I'm not trying to overhype it or anything. There is weird activity. Nobody really knows what it means, but that is one hell of a jump, a 54% increase in value. And that tick, I don't know what's going on. I can't say that I know what's going on, but it is exciting because this is right on the heels of the information that Marie brought to me, that her wealth manager told her that they're lifting restrictions. And then all of a sudden this happens. This is like one day apart. So I'm like,
Let me tell you about the restrictions, because we receive letters, and what we can do as business guys. We receive letters what we can do or we cannot do with the money, who we can pay, who cannot pay, who we can transfer the money to. And now we have no more. Like I can send any money I want from Iraq to here to anywhere in the world.
That's what you want.
I can pay people in the United States. I can pay people in Canada. I can pay people.
You can swap currency, so you could do like with Taiwan currency, or you could do it over there with,
Not even that. Before I used to buy stuff like from Iraq to bring it to somewhere in the world. I used to pay from another country, say like from France or Tunisia or something like that. I used to go all the way to the countries to pay Iraq. Now I can pay from the United States with $1. Before I'm not used to.
That's the restrictions you want to remove. This is putting Iraq back out there on an international field. It looks like that's the direction they're going into. But like I said, you guys, it's exciting to see, because the thing we talked about with Marie and then the thing you showed me today, I'm like, that's kind of weird that they're on the heels of one another. But like I said, I don't want, it could just be some kind of weird tick or whatever. But at the same time, it is kind of weird that they're on the heels of one another. So that's looking really good.
That's why I called. I wanted to be with me tonight. Just I wanted to explain, because like I told you earlier, more. I wanted to keep the people calm, and just tell them as it is. I know how you are, so that's why I follow you, and I So I want to share the news with you first, and then
I appreciate it.
together we share it together.
No, it's perfect because, like I said, the two information together. I mean, I'm trying not to force a round peg into a square hole, but it's kind of weird that one happened on one day and then all of a sudden the next day there's a spike. Could be something, could be nothing.
It's a good spike though. I was like excited. Like at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm in the bed, and I see the spike. I said, no, wait. So I go through it, and it's like 0014. I was like, no way. And then 3 seconds later, I go back, and it's not there anymore. It goes down back. I was like, what the?
Yeah, I'll see if I could dig into it a
I
little
was
bit more
very
and
excited.
see what it is. But yeah, of course it is. When you told me I saw it, I was like, damn, what the hell happened? It's hard not to get excited. Everybody's on edge. Everybody knows they're close. So it's hard not to get excited. But that's just it. I don't want people to get so excited every day that when the good news comes, they're just immune to it and they don't care no more. You just stay grounded the best you can do.
That's one of the reason I like you. Why? Because you try to keep them calm, even if you know some more information.
Yeah.
You don't give all the information because you want them to be calm.
Yeah.
Not spending the money in bullshit, thinking gonna be rich.
That's because there's too many people out there hyping people. Hype this shit up all the time. It's towards the end of the year. It's a new budget. I was joking with Nicole. I said, look, it's new budget time. I'm surprised they're not releasing video going, hey, they can't release a new budget without the new rate on there. Like they do every year. The same bullshit.
Remember what I said, Pimpy. I promise you this is true. Two things are very important. Economy, it's a very important. I mean, I'm sorry, three things. Economy, private sector, and trade. That's what's gonna...
Inflation.
Yes.
That's a biggie.
Yeah, of course. But the inflation, as you see it, the inflation, listen, from here to next month, they're going to come out and say, hey, the inflation is down 4% again.
So they need to stabilize inflation, which they've done. They need to stabilize the country, which it's fine. There's no conflict. So while they're on the outskirts, these are things that they need to do. And so,
here's one thing I want to share with you. And this is my opinion. And maybe I'm stupid, maybe something like that, about the oil. When you take a budget and you put the oil at $70, that's a big risk because tomorrow, if Russia open up, Venezuela open up, all these people start selling oil. The oil is gonna be $50, $30, $40 maybe. You
got Trump going in office.
There we go. So listen, I don't think Iraq government or Iraq, is stupid enough to take the oil to $70 if they know they're gonna lose on it tomorrow.
That was my concerns. I said to people, look, a Trump supporter, I want Trump in there, but I think Trump can open up Iraq in a different way than us worrying about the oil. Them predicting the oil to be that high is a concern to me, but there are other avenues that Iraq can benefit from Trump, even if the oil prices go down, which is they need to start generating revenue in other ways other than oil, because Trump already told the whole world, day one he's in office, he's opening up the pipeline all over again. And that means he's going to saturate the whole...
Yeah, but the oil is going to go down, though.
Yes.
And Iraq's going to be losing money.
Yes.
This is my point. Iraq will never lose money. If they did that, they did that for a reason. They know the Iraqi dinar is going to be stronger, and they know the $30 barrel is going to become a $90 barrel. Do you see what I'm saying or not? If it goes 3-to-1, I'm talking about 3-to-1. If it goes 1-to-1, at $30 a barrel, 30 dinars a barrel. But to put it on $70 a barrel, with the exchange rate like that, and then that...
Well, I mean, they made it. Look, they're towards the end of the year. It looks like they're going to make it all the way out. They had one time where they dipped down for a little bit, but they came right back up. I'm curious to see what they're going to put in the budget for this next coming year, knowing that Trump's coming out. The oil is going to be cheap. Gas is going to go down again, all over again. But I think there's lots of other avenues for Iraq. There is. Hopefully they saw the light when they went to this shit in 2020, 2019.
Well, I don't know if you saw, they just start importing natural gas to some other countries.
Yeah, well, not only that, they're able to run off the flames that are in the air, all that wasted fuel. So they found a way to capture that too. And so that's a good thing. Look, it's looking really good. There's no doubt about it. I'm excited about what I've seen, but I don't, again, I say this hesitantly. Yes, it's great news. It's exciting to see. Just stay grounded. I think they're a lot more further along than people are anticipating. That's just my feeling.
I'm going to explain them a little more. Once we're done with this interview, I'm going to take 5 minutes to explain to people more. Yeah. And then, it's good.
Unfortunately, I got to go. You caught me right when
I know. It's okay. You can cut it off. Just don't forget to send me the video, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, then, my friend.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you on the phone.
Just stay there for a second.